Good morning, ma'am. I'm here to present the topic how to do smart checks in FoodWatch. Food safety checks are important tool for good food safety practices. It's a responsibility of both primary and secondary PIC to record and verify food safety checks in FoodWatch. So before doing the recordings in the FoodWatch, it is a responsibility of the primary and secondary PIC to make sure the food operation during his or her shift is in clean and hygiene conditions. So once the verifications has been done by the PIC during his working hours, he can start now recording in the FoodWatch during the process. So first the PIC has to log into the account by pressing www.foodwatch.gov.ae. Once it has been done, they will get the opening like this, and then now they can put their user account into the system. Once the login has been done by the PIC, now the PIC can start opening into the inspection tool. In the inspection tool, so they can select the inspection tool from the system, and from the inspection tool they can see the 4 checkings: startup inspection, process check, equipment check and food delivery check. So for the startup inspection, what all the PIC has been inspected and verified before the start of the work, he can now record it in the FoodWatch. In the startup inspection, we can see all the related options like food handlers, cleaning, pest control, temperatures, storage, etc. related to equipments, etc. So by giving the answers, upon reading on to the questions, we can easily say our premises is in proper conditions. Are the food handlers with symptoms of food poisoning, illness or COVID-19? If the answer is no, then we can click here easily as no. Same like that, we can give the answers by giving acceptable or non-acceptable like that. And if there is any deviations in any of these inspections, for example, uniform hair cover and PP of the food handlers, one of the food handler found not wearing properly, they can report it in the FoodWatch by clicking the name of the food handler from the system, select the name of the PIC, and they can add and click OK. So it gets recorded in the FoodWatch. Or if we find any of an equipment is not working properly, they can select, if the equipment is working properly, they can select it here as good. Or if it is having a minor issue, what was the issue, it is written over here, same like that, we can do it fastly. Or if it is a major issue, it has to get reported. So what was the issue, we can type it over here. For example, equipment temperature is going wrong, send for maintenance. We can write it over here and we can do. Now when we talk about the pest activity, for example, if there is no activity, if it is fine, then if there is an activity of the pest inside your premises, select the name of the pest which is found. For example, mice. Then select the pest control company from the selection and then notify the pest control company. So once the startup inspections has been done, now we told like equipment is having a problem. So that equipment detail we have to mention it in the equipment check in the inspection tool. In the inspection tool, for example, if the chiller breaker was showing the wrong temperature, we already shown in the startup check, equipment is having wrong temperature. So select the name of the chiller that is showing wrong temperature. Select the status, it is showing as wrong temperature. Select the name of the PIC who has did this inspection, and then we can click here, done, it gets recorded. Now when we talk about the processing check, processing checks are done during the operational hours of the shift. So there are different types of processings we can see over here: heat processing, holding, storage, receiving, cooling, disinfection, etc. So what all processes are there in our company, we have to regularly verify and inspect all this. But all the recordings is not important to record in the FoodWatch. At least one recording related to each process must be recorded in the FoodWatch. For example, when the PIC want to record the cooking temperature of a food, select the heat processing, select the cooking, select the name of the food, for example, chicken. Select the name of the food, what's the cooking temperature the PIC has received at the time of inspection, write it over here, select complaint status, acceptable. In case if there is a deviation while during checking the cooking temperature, the PIC got the cooking temperature like 53. In that case, the food is not acceptable. Then what is the corrective action has to be taken, we have to write it over here and then we can submit so it gets recorded. Now in case if the PIC want to record the defrosting, select the defrosting from the process check, then select the name of the food which we want to defrost and select the defrosting charting temperature, for example -18, complaint status, conditional, acceptable. it's selected as acceptable. The starting time is shown over here. Defrosting is done like 24 to 48 hours when we are putting into the chiller, and at the end time also, once it is done, check the temperature. For example, you got the temperature like 5, click on type here 5, select the status acceptable, and it is written the time, then click on the submit. Like this we have to do the processing checks. And now let's see about the food delivery checks. When we go for food delivery checks, all the products that we are receiving during the operational hours, it has to be recorded in the food watch. So all the raw materials must be inspected and verified and checked. It is compulsory, but at least the PIC should record 4 recordings in the food watch, and in case if there is any deviations upon receiving any raw material, it must be recorded in the food watch without any failure. For example, if you want to receive if you are checking a product raw material and you are receiving a product, for example, select the number of the vehicle, select delivery. If it is accepted, then we can mention here as no action required. In case if there is any variation, you want to select it as delivery rejected. Why it has been rejected? For example, if the reason is like food temperature, notify supplier, then click done. Automatically the information will go to the supplier. You can reject the material. Same like this, we have to do the all inspections from the start and delivery, then processing and equipment checks on daily basis during the operational hours of a PIC. This food watch can store long-term data, and it is easy for us to do the inspections and recordings in the food watch. Once the inspections has done physically, they can record easily in the food watch. It is an easy tool also. So we don't want to maintain a lot of papers, writings. We can reduce the times, everything. Thank you.